Okay, so for this first problem, we're looking for a combination that multiplies to AC that adds to B, but you first look for a GCF, and all terms have a 2 that we can divide out. So we're left with x squared plus 5x plus 6. So now we're looking at this trinomial. We're seeing if we can break it down. Is there a combo that multiplies to A, which is 1, times C? Is there a combo that multiplies to 6? That adds to 5. That's 2 and 3. So now we have x plus 2 and x plus 3. And that original 2 that was in front comes back down in front, our GCF. Okay, so let's do number 3 now. We first scan for a GCF. I always look for smallest numbers, so I see a 4. They're all divisible by 4. Oops. Okay, they're all divisible by 4. And I can also take x squared out of all of them. So we have 4x squared. What's left is x squared minus 3x plus 2. Now again, we're looking at what's left in here. You don't look at the 4x squared anymore, just look at the yellow, x squared minus 3x plus 2. So let's see, is there a combo that multiplies to a times c? I'm only looking at this yellow part. So 1 is the a now, a times c, so it multiplies to 2. That adds to negative 3. Let's see, negative 1 and negative 2. You can make that list, right? We've been practicing before. So we have x minus 1, x minus 2, and we're going to bring down that GCF, 4x squared. That's our final answer. Okay, now let's look at number 5, because I'm going to do the odds and you're doing the evens. Okay, this term, this term, this term, they don't have anything that they have in common, so I'm going to look for a combo that multiplies to a times c that adds to b. So let's think about this. So 4, let's see, is there a combo that multiplies to 4 times 21 that adds to b? So it's at 84, negative 31. Okay, so what multiplies to a times c? 4 times 21, which is 84, that adds to negative 31. I need to make a little bit of a list. I know something's got to be negative. Obviously, 184. I start with my positives. 2 and 42. Those are too far apart. Let's see, 84 divided by 3 is 3 and 28. Okay, it looks like that's going to be close. Okay, if we have some negative in there, either one's negative, both's negative, but it depends on the problem. So if they multiply to a positive, we know they both have to be negative. So it'll be this combination. Negative 3 and negative 28 multiply to a positive 84, and they add to a negative 31. So now we have x minus 3, x minus 28. Some of you like to group. I like to do it another way. I'm going to do my factors right over my front number. So factors over my front number of the trinomial I'm working on, which is a 4. Factors over the front. Simplify, swing out. So if you can simplify, you have to. So 3/4 doesn't simplify at all. So then the denominator comes in front of the x. So we have 4x minus 3. 28 over 4 becomes 7. So here we have x minus 7. Now I'm done. You can always FOIL and distribute. If you took x minus 3 and x minus 28, thought that was your answer, and you distributed, you would not get your original. But this red, 4x minus 3, x minus 7 is our final factored answer. Okay, so number 7. Let's see if they have anything in common. So we have 6, 8, and 26. It looks like we could take 2 out of all of them, right? So if I take 2 out, what would be left? So 2 times what gets us 6? 2 times 3, x squared. 2 times what is 26? 13. 2 times what gets us 8 is 4. Okay, so now you're only looking at what's in the parentheses. I'm looking at what's yellow. I pretend that all I see is this yellow problem. I'm asking myself, what combo multiplies to A, C that adds to B? A is now 3, B is now 13, C is 4. So is there a combo that multiplies to A times C, which would be 12, right? 3 times 4, 3 times 4, that adds to B 13. Okay, I know that combo is 1 and 12. 1 times 12 is 12, and they add to 13. So again, I'm just working on this yellow part. I would get x plus 1 and x plus 12. And then I would do my factors over the front number. Now, the front number of the trinomial I'm working on is 3. So I do over 3. Simplify, swing out. 1/3 doesn't simplify, so we get 3x plus 1. 12 over 3 simplifies to 4, so I get x plus 4. And then I bring down that original GCF of a 2. And this is our final answer. Okay, watch the next video for the remaining problems, and then you're going to also try the evens.